Welcome, part 3. We're just going to get some tarot. Part 1 and 2 will be linked down below in the description if you haven't checked it out yet and feel called to do. Remember, go where you feel called to go. So, we know we're healing from anger. We're not going to lash out in anger anymore. And this has to do with the dismantling of our ego persona as we expand our soul with spirit. And we're having an integration. We're having an integration time right now. We need to be gentle with ourselves as we integrate, because we're creating a new self. We're creating a new persona. And this persona is authentically us. As close to authentically us as we have created thus far here yet. So we're healing with the story of us. From the dawns of time and from this life until now. We're healing with life. What does that mean? What does that mean? We're making music. We're making a harmony. We know that the creator is in the center point. We expand from the center point. This has to do with the Vesic Pisces, and we know on the second day of creation, Spirit moved and created an exact replica of itself. And within that, unconditional love was born. And that's the octahedron. And that's where we're expanding through the heart chakra. But we have the negative, the lower, and the positive, the upper, have connected through the center point. And we have an expansion. And in part 2, we talked about the fact that our loved ones are helping us out. It's official. It's a start. This has to do with the star. Remember, the moon is showing us patterns of healing. The moon is showing us the truth. Remember, there was a painful situation here. Backstab, betrayal. And someone thought they were getting away with some trickery, but they were not. Because what? It was seen. You can't hide from the universe. You can't hide from God. You can't hide from the divine. You can't hide from yourself. These patterns are not coming forth. These patterns were creating illusions. They were creating lies. They were creating sickness. And they are connected to the Eight of Cups and why we were called to move away to begin with. This message has come full circle, and for those of you that have been joining in since the start of this message, which started in December, where the moon, the Eight of Cups, the moon called us for a recalibration to see where the devil energies have been still siphoning our energy and stealing from us. And this has to do with a recalibration with self to go from the Six of Cups to the Nine of Cups. And remember, we were maturing the matter because our pleasure centers had become out of whack, out of balance, because we've been over-seeking pleasure, over-seeking stimulus, because we've been running from our pain or caught in pain. So we're maturing the matter. We're elevating sadness to happiness. And we're restoring our pleasure centers into balance. So many of us are making sacrifices and going without. Stimulating our endocrine system. Laser focusing on our adrenal glands, our kidneys, our energy centers. And what that means. How do we do that? How do we take care of ourselves? With sleep, with proper hydration. Making sure we're not drinking too much coffee. We're not smoking. Like smoking too much. All the things that affect, blue lights, we have to work with our circadian rhythm. This is about going back to our natural state. There's a purification honored here. There's a purification. We're not fearing this stuff anymore. We want to do this stuff. We want to do this stuff. And for those of you that are resonating with this message, you know what we're talking about. So we're healing with the sky. We're healing with the sky, and there's a completion here. There's a completion. We have the world look with the masculine and feminine, and we expand. the 6 of coins, balance being restored. Look at this woman, this indigenous lady here, and it's, remember, part 2, talking about sun dancers here at Bighorn, going back to even look at how First Nations people have lived here and inhabited the land, and it's beautiful, and honoring this way of living. Look at, she's letting go of this fly. She's let go of this fly out of this container. And look at all these bugs have coins to see that we're all part of life. And you can see yourself reflected back to you in that bug. You can see yourself reflected back to you in all of life and anything, even in the matrix, in the artificial matrix, because this artificial matrix is just a hack. It's just taken what's natural, the divine matrix, the patterns from there, and manipulated them through mind and force. The masculine, the energy, for us to do things that are unnatural, that are not authentic. We're untwisting this. This isn't artificial. This is real. We are real. So life, see our connection to all of life. Like, I do stuff, like I've gone and taken bugs and put them back outside, and I hope that if I'm ever a bug, somebody does the same thing for me. It's caring about life to that degree. There's people I know that we're laughing right now, but this ain't that. This ain't that. This is deeper than that. This is bigger than that. This is going home to yourself, to your human being, not a human doing, a human being, and plugging back into the divine matrix and feeling your connection to all of life, to everything, and just and whatever you're feeling. I mean, it could be so big, and you're not even moving. You're just containing all that energy, and that's what we have to learn how to create with this energy. Because it's like, why are you running from pain anyways and wanting? It's like, okay, put it like this: we're working with our energy centers because we have all this energy. Okay, we have all this energy, but many of us can't deal with a lot of the lower, like, can't deal with all this anger, can't deal with all this sadness, can't deal, with the pain. So I'm gonna run from it, and I'm gonna seek stimulus to restore balance, but it's not. It's actually twisted. It's actually doing the opposite, right? Because the more of this energy we're turning into matter, we're turning into it's having a chemical process through us, and we're losing all this energy and we're turning it into matter through alchemy. What we want to do is harness all this energy, and to be able to use all this energy through our inner alchemy and understanding at a deeper level of co-creation what we're doing through this inner alchemy, and how we're using the anger and transmuting it. How are we using the sadness and transmuting it? How are we using the fear and transmuting it? It's all signal. It's a sign. We're not running from it. Okay? So this has to do with an expansion within. We saw something within. This is the rest of this message, because I didn't share it. I just had it sitting here, and there's a reason for it, because this has to do. So we have a transformation with Scorpio. We transform. And we're transforming with love. We're transforming with the feelings, the energy, the frequency of ecstasy. Because remember, we're getting to a deeper connection, like a deeper layer of self. And this is, we can only meet others where we've met ourselves. We're going to be able to meet others at a deeper level because we met ourselves. So look at, ecstasy is expanding here. Yes, as what we heal from the past. We're learning how to accept and live in harmony, or make music with our energy. It's all just music we're creating here. So we work with creation in the Ace of Stars to expand force, to expand with our strength, untwisted, because we took it back. It's ours. it's authentically us. So the Knight of Trees is here. And this has to do with becoming a custodian. Becoming a custodian with life here with the earth, on mission work. And this is how we all see that we have choices. We have choices every day. Are we choosing to love life and expand with life or not? But everything that we don't resonate is showing with us what we do and where we're at. And we're learning how to heal. This is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is here. We're stepping into our role as healers, and it has to do with the cosmic womb, the divine feminine, and co-creating anew with everlasting life and our connection to the womb of creation, and you know, like the masculine genitalia and seed energy. Into me, we saw patterns that we were shifting through intimacy. We had intimacy with another, and this allowed us to see what we're shifting and how we're healing, what we still need to heal, how to step into deeper levels of healing, and it's being reflected back to us with all of life. So the Hierophant is here. We access the 13 spheres of knowledge. We get comfortable with the unknown, and we expand it with the masculine, the energy, and it has to do with our connection to seed energy, the inner child's creation, and the pineal gland. There's a pineal gland activation here. And it's connected to what? The Four of Wands, a completion with the Four of Wands. And what we see is where the devil has been keeping us chained. This is old patterns. We're not feeding into this anymore. We're not letting the devil siphon our energy anymore. We're taking it back. So we've been working with expressing ourselves with spirit, expanding our soul with our spirit. So we got back to our integrity. We know we found our way. And that was through the power of purpose, the power of where we understand where we direct our energy, what we focus on grows. Are we focusing on the negative? Are we focusing on fear and sadness, the betrayal, the pain? Are we focusing on that's like focusing on a canker sore, right? And it's just like, it hurt. Well, we're going to focus on the healing of it. We're going to focus on the positive of it. What was the lesson of it? Where's the positive? How are we shifting after this experience? I'm a co-creator. I'm not a victim to my circumstances. I'm a co-creator. This was experience. It's nourishment. It's like fertile soil for what I'm growing anew, because I'm a co-creator, and I have more power than I've been led to believe, and I'm taking it back. And this is the time we're in, and we're expanding with spirit from within to without. And I can hardly wait till we do this again next time when we meet up. Until then, you know I am sending it to you, those good healing vibes. I love you, and take care.